Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. It's your host Ben, and today we're going to be talking about Bronny James being drafted by the Lakers this year at pick number 55. Before we get into that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that viewed my video, the Kayla Martin one. We got the most views we've ever had so far on the channel, and I'm really excited, and that just makes me want to make even more content for you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone that watched that video. And stick around if you really like this stuff, because I guarantee I'm going to continue to keep putting this stuff out, and I'm only going to get better, so stick with me. Alright, so I've been meaning to talk about this, honestly, since he got drafted, but there's been a bunch of other stuff I wanted to talk about as well, and I kind of wanted to just let this kind of marinate a little bit. I plan on doing a part 2 to this video. It's going to be more about LeBron, and just kind of talking about him and my thoughts on that. But I kind of just wanted to talk about my thoughts on Bronny's situation. So there's kind of two ways I feel with this. There is the fact that, number one, I'll say this. I'm very happy for the kid. And I can call him a kid. He's a little younger than me, but still. I'm very happy for him. This is something that obviously not a lot of people get to experience. And, he had a very interesting freshman year at USC. Had the cardiac arrest where we didn't even know if he was going to be able to play basketball again. So I give him credit for even coming back. That's life-altering stuff. That's stuff that's going to, stick with you for the rest of your life, and that's something he's going to think about. So I hope he's really grateful for, the situation he's at, and I'm sure he knows that stuff. So congrats to him and just pushing through and getting to this moment. And again, another pro, we're finally going to see LeBron play with this kid. Now, I don't know if Bronny's going to stay in the G League or not. I feel like, again, what I'll get into in a little bit, he'll most likely be in the G League, but I don't see him staying there forever. Maybe he'll be the occasional guy that's brought up. I expect LeBron to, play with this kid, even if it's just him coming off the bench. Like, we're going to see this, and this is going to be historic. So I want to say congrats on that as well. Like, this is very cool stuff, and I can see why LeBron and Bronny would want to, play together. Like, this is stuff that's literally never been done, and that's a credit to LeBron's longevity with his age. So congrats on all that stuff, and those are the pros for my take on this. Like, I really do feel good about that, but this is where it starts to just make me feel a certain type of way. For me, it's more just the fact that Bronny didn't really deserve this. Again, I'm not saying he isn't going to be an all-right player. I think he averaged a little bit over 5 points last year. And again, he had the cardiac arrest. But let's be honest. Would he have been drafted if he didn't have his dad's name or his dad was a Laker? No. It's just not the truth. I don't think he would have been drafted. Maybe an undrafted free agent. But after those reports came out on draft night for the second round, that Rich Paul was telling people, hey, if you draft Bronny, he's just going to go to Australia instead and threaten not to play. I don't know, something just rubs me the wrong way about this. And it's not like this in any other sport. But this is the sport in America, at least, where the agent is just completely controlling the landscape of where free agents go. And it's all because they don't want to piss LeBron off, which I totally get. But when you're starting to influence drafts and you're threatening other teams, this isn't, everyday stuff. And it's just, it rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. I would say the second part of this that I don't love is, yes, he's the 55th pick. And I've seen people say, hey, do you really even care how 55th pick does? Why do you care? It's not that he's the 55th pick. It's just the fact that there is a kid out there that potentially could have been drafted. But he lost his spot because LeBron wanted to play with his son. Simple as that. We just have to call it how it is. And I just feel I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way because he really just didn't deserve the spot. I personally think that Bronny should have gone back to school for one more year. I think he still realistically could have done something with LeBron. He's only getting $2 million, which is already interesting because he's getting guaranteed pay, but I don't really care how much he makes. I mean, these guys make a lot of money anyways. But it's more the fact that like he probably could have done this, next year. Like LeBron's gonna be around. I doubt he was gonna even leave LA anyways. And I think Bronny probably would have been a more developed player. He would have had a full year at USC, or maybe he transfers regardless. He would have had a full year, hopefully, knock on wood, no cardiac arrest, fully focusing on basketball and developing as a player. I feel like he probably could have even been drafted a little higher, and then maybe would have been able to make more of an impact. Maybe he would have gone to the G League if he had done one more year, but I could have seen him being more, or at least being a deep rotation player on the bench, or being on the bench. Like, he just would have a higher chance of actually getting more minutes if he would have proved a little bit more with his game last year. Last year. If he had done another year of college. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Again, it's really more just because this was just so planned. And as I'm going to talk about in the next video, like, this kind of makes me lose a little bit of respect for LeBron and for the Lakers. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is this? Like, what is this? And now I'm not going to get too much into that just because I'm going to talk about that in my next video. But, like, what are we... Like, I don't know. Why? Like, I get it. It's LeBron's kid. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know, didn't rub me the right way, and it's hard to respect it. Am I still rooting for the kid? 100%. 100%. I want to make it clear. I want Bronny James to be good. But that doesn't mean I have to be a fan of how this whole thing went down. I just felt like it was too much. The league is just getting bent over by these agents because they don't want to piss off any of the stars. This is just stuff that would not fly in the NFL. Goodell isn't he's not going to tolerate this. It just is, I don't know, it just makes me see the whole NBA draft and makes me lose a little bit more respect for it. Like, why do I have to respect the Lakers going into this year? They have J.J. Redick as their head coach, who has never coached in college or in the NBA. And now LeBron's drafting his kid in the second round. Like, I don't know. It's very weird because, again, I want the kid to do good, and I'm happy for him. I just wish, like, it was really I think I could have stomached it easier, but that report that he was going to threaten to go to Australia, like, they just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. So it's mostly what my thoughts were on this, and I guess my last thing is really, I just wonder, how does Bronny feel? I heard this on a podcast. I think it was, I forget which one I was listening to, but they made a great point. This is more off the court. Bronny, you're 19. Do you want to hang out with your dad after games on the road? I wouldn't. I love my dad, but I wouldn't. Like, I just wonder how Bronny feels about all this. I think it is I think he's agreed to this. Obviously, I think LeBron would have backed off if he said no. But it just makes you wonder, man, like, I don't know. I just hope his mental's okay, because this is going to be a talking point that all season. If the Lakers don't do good, this is going to be talked about a lot, and that's really kind of where I want to close, is this is not going to go away. Even if nothing crazy happens, if the Lakers don't do good, this and the head coach hire are going to be the two hot topics, and LeBron's going to get a lot of heat for it, and he's going to have to deal with it. And I just wonder, for a team that's supposedly competing for a championship, why did you want to give yourself all of this negative press? So, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now, but overall, just my thoughts are, yes, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for LeBron, but I'm also just, honestly, I wouldn't say disgusted, but I'm not happy with how the overall thing went. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't think agents should have this much power. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on this, but I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you like this type of content, subscribe. And I'll be getting another one out soon. Stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, I appreciate all the support, especially for the last video. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.